March. March is a query language. March means my arbitrary target specification, and it is an extension of MARC. MARC is a language used for describing molecular patterns and properties. The rules are straightforward extension of SMILE. All SMILE symbols and properties are legal in MARC. MARC includes logical operators and additional molecular descriptors, and it can describe structural patterns with varying degrees of specificity and generality. For example, to search a database for phenol containing structures, one would use MARC string that square bracket objects like the functional group of phenol, C1, CC, CC1 should be familiar with those acquainted with SMILE. Almost all SMILE specifications are valid MARC. Using MARC, flexible and efficient substructure search specification can be made. SMILE for methane, you know that SMILE for methane is C, that's capital C. And there are two specific for SMILE. There is a SMARC, high specificity SMARC, and low specificity SMARC. High specificity SMARC describing a pattern consistent with methane. For example, methane CH4, it only matches the aliphatic carbon atom that have 4 hydrogen atoms. It won't match ethane, ethene, or cyclopentane. Low specificity SMARC describing a pattern consistent with the methane, that is C. Capital C matches aliphatic carbon atom that have any number of hydrogens, and it will match ethane, ethene, and cyclopentane. SMARC provide a number of primitive symbols describing atomic properties beyond those used in SMARC. Atomic primitive H can have two meanings, implying a property of the element itself. Square bracket H means hydrogen atom. The H2 star means any atom with exactly 2 hydrogen atoms attached. SMARC atomic primitive. Symbols in SMARC. SMARC atomic primitive. Symbols in SMARC and symbol name. Capital C represents aliphatic carbon atom. Small c represents aromatic carbon atom. Small a represents aromatic atom. Square bracket #6 represents carbon atom. That is, the atomic number of carbon is 6. Square bracket Ca means calcium atom. Square bracket plus that means atoms with a +2 charge. Square bracket R means atom in any ring. H means chirality anti-clockwise. H means chirality clockwise. SMARC bond primitive. Simple atomic property requirement. Hyphen represents a single bond, that is aliphatic. Equal symbol represents double bond. Hash represents triple bond, and colon represents aromatic bond. The next is CH2, that means aliphatic carbon with 2 hydrogen atoms. Square bracket X3 and H0, it represents atoms with 3 total bonds and no hydrogen. Square bracket Cl represents any chlorine atom. Square bracket 35 star represents any atoms of mass 35. 35 Cl represents chlorine atom of mass 35. Square bracket F Cl bromine I means the first 4 halons. Any SMARC expression may be used to define an aromatic environment by writing a SMARC starting with the atom of interest in this form. The dollar symbol, the SMARC. The CaAO means carbon ortho to oxygen. The AAAN means carbon meta to nitrogen. The square bracket, the symbol, the AAO, semicolon, the symbol AAAN means represents carbon ortho to oxygen and meta to nitrogen. So these are some examples of SMARC representation. Hope you understood SMARC representation, or that is a SMARC query language